In a normie world where two slider scare actors, Skunk and Napalm, talk about their love for the industry, how they became involved, character development, names, and everything you'd want to know within the haunt industry. Guest stars, makeup, and more seen from the average actor's point of view. For those with a love for horror, scare acting, haunted houses, SFX, or just wanting some background noise, we have it all. Welcome to the shit show, fuckers. Buckle up for this sparky ride.
For all the things that were left unsaid, for all the times I found promises dead, I had nightmares along the way.
Wow, what a terrible intro that was. Absolute dog shit, if I have to say so myself, compared to what we had before. But anyways, welcome back to the show for episode 2. I'm your host, Skunk.
I'm your co-host, Napalm.
And today we're going to be talking about scare actor training and development. But before we get into that, we want to apologize for no video on this episode. I know in episode 1, we originally said that we were going to get some video, but unfortunately that is not happening. We're working on getting a new studio location set up, so hopefully on our next episode, episode 3, we'll have video and maybe a couple other things going on. But we also have different music this time around, as you heard in the beginning, or some of you might not have heard any music at all. We got DMCA copyright striked, unfortunately, right off the rip, so didn't even make it past one episode before they flagged us. So our songs are going to be changing around for a while before we can actually find something more permanent. So bear with us. It's going to be weird for a while, but hopefully we can figure something out. Anyways, now getting into episode 2, Becoming Monsters. Woo! Napalm, if you were going into auditions for the first time, we'll take it all the way back to auditions. From the very beginning, what is something that you wish you could tell yourself, or how to prepare going into auditions?
Let's see. Preparing for auditions. Learning to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you're going to be doing a lot of weird and unusual things. I know when I first went in, it was very terrifying, and I didn't know what to expect, but kind of went in and just went for it. And just kept the energy up. Yeah, keep the energy up during your audition. Because you don't want to come in being, kind of tired looking, not really wanting to be there. That's not going. That doesn't look good to the guy interviewing you.
Drink energy drinks for sure. I mean, like we said in episode 1, get that liquid meth going. We got
liquid meth.
You get that liquid meth in the veins. You're gonna be hitting that. I mean, I don't know if we ever said the recipe for liquid meth in episode 1, but we we might release it one day. Who knows?
Hey.
Might make an official drink. But
can't give them all the information on episode 2.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's.
We'll keep that recipe a secret for a little bit.
Right. You got any tips for auditions?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much piggybacking off of what you said, I'd honestly say that basically come in and be open-minded, kind of with what's going on. I would say you can have a character in mind for kind of what you're going for, or use some kind of inspiration, but I wouldn't make that your entire kind of spiel for what's going on. Some people might take horror icons like Jason or Scream, things like that, and come into auditions kind of with that same energy or character in mind. And you don't want to copy something that's already been done, especially a main character like that, because a lot of people who are monitoring auditions or looking out for special talent, they're going to see that and they're going to recognize it pretty quickly, and you don't want to get caught on something that doesn't really show your full potential. So having something in mind that kind of showcases who you are or your energy level as a
be
person.
Original.
Yeah, exactly. Be original, because that's what they're looking for. And where we scare act, if you come in and you're really good and you're original and you've got something unique that they haven't seen before, they reward you for it. They'll give you a character that's really cool. We get things called feature creatures, which is better costumes and little bit more development that goes into it. It's kind of like a pre-selected character, like role, backstory, and everything that you can kind of morph yourself into, and then kind of pick the way that you act and interact with people on that. But it's a privilege, and a lot of people who have years of experience usually get selected for it. But if you're really good, you can come in right off the rip and immediately get yourself a spot on that. So try to think of something that showcases you as a person and what you kind of want to be known for, and then just kind of let the ball roll from there. It's better to have that good first impression right off the rip and that wow factor than coming in and kind of sticking to a script or being boring, because you always got to kind of prepare for something. And I would piggyback off that and reflect it back on you, Napalm, and say, should you have a character in mind for what you want to do, or should you be open-minded to assignment? Like where we work, you've got all the different zones and everything. So should you kind of, if you want to be a clown, for example, should you come in and act like a clown, or do you think just being open-minded and original is probably going to be your best bet?
Pretty much it's a mixture of both, really. It's like come in with a mindset of where you want to go, but also be open-minded, because they might see things in you that you don't see yet, that they can use your pros and cons somewhere else. Where if you come in wanting to be a clown and you act like a clown, but they see you're more of a silent character, they can put you in a silent character role.
Yeah, for sure. And advice too. They might see something that you like, or that they like rather, and then they might say, I like this, try this character instead. They might tell you to try something you didn't come in prepared for, and that's part of the fun of scare acting is you are an actor at the very base, bare bones of it, even if you've never done any type of acting before. Playing a role, playing a character is what it's all about. So, you might come in wanting to be a clown, and then they might throw it at you and be like, hey, be a pirate instead, or a zombie.
Right, it's happened.
Yeah. They might see something in you, or some kind of action you did, or body language, and, they're trying to capitalize on that. So always be open-minded with that. I mean, I came in wanting to be a clown, and I originally thought, hey, I could come in.
Lucked out.
Yeah, I lucked out, but I came in wanting to be a clown and wanted to have that energy and whatnot. So I kind of took that energy of a clown, but put it into a different character. When they told me to do my improv for a character, they gave me about a minute to think about what I was gonna do. And then just do it. And
let's go into
on how it was.
What did they ask you, and what did they have you do during your audition?
So they had me come in and
before we get there, let's go for all our new people.
Wind it back.
Let's wind back a little bit for the new people that are thinking about being an actor. When you come into an audition, come in wearing comfortable clothes, comfortable shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to come in suit and tie. I know it kind of seems weird.
No business casual.
No business casual. You're only doing some awkward movements. So come in wearing some jogger pants, some sweatpants, maybe some shorts.
Yeah.
Comfortable shoes. Yeah, I mean, you want to come in being comfortable.
Whatever you can relax and be yourself, and they're not going to judge you. They're not going to care too much.
No one's going to judge you. All right, now continue. Sorry to interrupt you.
So going into it with auditions, they bring you back. I mean, how it was for me, they brought me behind a curtain basically, and they told me scream as loud as possible. Did that, and then after that, it was just improv.
So do you want to scream real fast?
I'd rather not. It's definitely the most awkward part of the audition process for sure, is the scream, especially when you do the scream and then it gets very quiet, and then you hear the little clapping in the background, just whoa, let's go from the other room, and it's really weird. Everyone's super uncomfortable. It's like if you're at like a golf tournament or something and someone misses the hole and then everyone still claps anyways. It's like, all right, you literally just feel stupid standing out there. But that's basically the impression that it gives you after you do the scream.
Everybody's got to do it though.
Yeah, everyone's got to do it. But I came in, I wanted to be a clown, and I ended up acting like a electroshock patient from an insane asylum. So I mean, you never really know what you're gonna get. I kind of just dug out and pulled that out, and yeah, I got the job done. And the guy doing my audition, he was like, man, you would make a great zombie. And I was like, how about a clown? So he was a little concerned about that one. He was like, I don't know if clown is the right one for you. And I was like, oh, I promise I'll be a good clown. And I got clown after that. But you never know what you're gonna get into. Yeah. I don't know if I was a good clown or more of a disturbing clown.
Maybe the hot clown.
Yeah. Oh boy. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that from you.
Hey now.
Getting asked about where's the hot clown almost every night.
Let's keep this PG-13.
Facts. But we'll get into the character development and stuff a little bit later on, when and how to kind of shape that out. But trying to think of what other tips on there. How do you think, standing out? I would say just being original is probably going to be the best way of doing it. Standing out any way that you possibly can is going to be your best bet to kind of get acknowledged and to get those special roles. But if training could be any different in your mind for the audition phase, what would you kind of throw in there with your experience as scare acting as to what they could possibly do differently to kind of help people out?
Biggest thing, find a role model. Find someone at the haunt you are looking at acting at. Look at other places. Social media is a wonderful thing nowadays where there's all kinds of different actors and people on there. Find a role model. Don't copy them exactly, but you can take inspiration from that person and make your own character in your own style. Yeah. Because no one wants to come to a haunt and see the same thing over and over and over again. And for the new people, or phrases to say is, just stay away from the get outs and helps and
the basics.
Right, play with me and all that stuff. Like, come up with your own phrases. You'll stand out a lot more because no one wants to come in and, oh, help me, get out now. It's just, no, don't do it.
And have the energy too. Don't be stagnant with it or monotone, because it's a lot different from someone saying, using the bad phrases, but as an example of someone being like, help me, because it does happen in a lot of kind of smaller haunts and kind of like self-startups where the actors aren't necessarily always properly trained and they're kind of just thrown off the deep end to figure something out. And the classic is always, get out or help me. So it's a lot different from going from someone being like, help me, to like a blood curdling scream of like, oh my God, help me. And freaking out. But
you want to scream for me?
No.
I'm gonna get him by the end of the episode. I swear, I'm gonna get him.
Where one of these days. But
I'll get you.
I think personally,
what you got?
For auditions at least, I think training could be different by them basically assigning you roles.
So you want to audition kind of like in a room, like you'll go into one of the haunts and audition.
I think like, hey, be a clown or be a pirate or be a zombie, and go into the different zones and the environments and seeing how you could use that environment. I think that'd be a great way of doing it, because people are always gonna be nervous, but it's one-on-one or whatever in a scare house in a room. Give them 5 minutes to kind of learn the environment and see what they're going to do with it. I think that could definitely draw out some latent potential to see what the people end up doing. Giving them that freedom to actually be in the zone helps a lot. And kind of pulls into my next question, I would say, on how does kind of the environment of a haunt go into influencing your character development? What do you kind of take the environment and learn from it and then put that into your character, or is it just something you kind of ignore?
No, definitely read the environment, because you don't want to be in a bright zone and be
dark,
a dull character.
Yeah.
Or if you're in a very chaotic zone, you don't want to be that character who kind of stands there and stare at people.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you have different props or different scenes, like you can work with that scene or work with that prop. Don't just wing it almost, but it's all winging at the end of the day. But learn how to read your scene or read your zone and what's around you, and if there's read the music if there's music playing, like your background noises. Learn your cues on your background noises on what if there's a scream coming up, how I can play off of this, or if there's music. If it's a fast song, don't be dancing slow. If it's a slow song, don't be dancing fast.
Right, like try to make it look like you kind of belong there.
Right,
like
you don't want
live
to.
there.
Right, if you're a clown, you don't want to be looking like a zombie.
Right.
Like you don't like. I'm trying to think of an example here. Like if you're in a cornfield, you're not going to be a dead NASCAR driver. Like,
Unless you went off road and took a wrong turn somewhere.
Right. Like yeah, fit in your scene, fit in your zone. Like you don't want to be, yes, stand out, but you got to fit the script.
Right. I think that's kind of a really hard thing to get into, especially as a new actor, and that's kind of going back to what Napalm said of having role models and kind of looking towards the older people or people who have had experience there on kind of what they're doing, and ask them questions. Always ask questions to people on kind of how they form their character. I know when I started, and I know when Napalm was newer and everything as well, like asking questions to the people that are around you and kind of having someone take you under their wing is by far the best way that you're going to learn and build a bond with someone as well. And being able to kind of piggyback off of that, or maybe, you base a character similar to what they do that complements their character. There's always in haunts, like there's nothing wrong with being a victim character and then having someone who's being the offender, or however you want to say that, on kind of like playing off each other, and that could kind of be your character in your zone. And if you know that you're always going to be with someone every single night in the same location, then having one of you as the victim and one of you as a killer goes hand in hand, and that could be a character, or the other way around. You want to be the character, they want to be the victim, things like that, or maybe brother, sister, brother and brother, who knows? But
right, like me and you, like we're
exactly
brother and brother, we can read each other pretty damn good. We've been doing it for
a long time.
It feels like now. Oh, another big thing.
Yeah.
Drop the fucking egos, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Drop the egos.
Don't come in with a massive ego thinking that you know everything. Even if you've had previous acting experience at a different haunt and you're going to a bigger haunt, or just any haunt in general, don't be that guy that comes in and, is swinging their dick all around thinking that they know everything. Because I promise you, there's people that you're going to meet that you're going to learn from. And the harder you come into that scene, the worse you're going to feel when someone ends up one-upping you. And then you're going to feel like a piece of shit because you look like a dick in front of everybody.
Bingo! So I've been doing this shit this is going in my 9th year. And I still learn from first years.
Yeah.
Like, don't come in thinking you're that guy. You are the shit.
You're always learning.
Be coachable. Be able to learn new
Yes.
things. Yeah, okay, that person might be new, but they might have something that you don't know, and they can teach you a new skill.
Take the advice from literally anyone, even if it's like someone who is brand new or isn't that great at scare acting. A blind mouse can always be right every once in a while. So, find something that works, even if it's from someone who might not necessarily be as good as what you think that they are. Then, they might have something that works that they're doing that you've never really thought about doing. So that kind of plays into learning from your environment. It's not only the scene or the environment that you're in, but it's also the people that you're with and kind of what you can learn from them. And that kind of goes into my next question of how do you continue to develop a character with time, or what makes a good character base to build upon from when you're new to using that character year after year, and how to continue to develop that character so it's not just stagnant or stale?
Oh, that's a deep cutting question.
That is a deep question.
Characters should never be complete, in my opinion.
I agree.
You should always be growing. You should always be pulling inspiration from, it could be movies, it can be cartoons, it can be the mailman walking down the street.
True. Maybe he walks weird.
Right.
And you want to copy his walk. I mean, go to Walmart. Go to Walmart at 3 a.m, and I guarantee you're going to find some character development.
There you go.
You got a dude that looks like he came from Mars, and then maybe the next aisle over, you got a lady who looks like she just swam up from the Marinara Trench or whatever it's called, Like, marinara trench because she's eating all the
Marinara,
fucking
baby.
sauce. Wide load coming through those aisles. You already know she's got that marinara in that shopping cart.
Jeez. Oh,
Fee
hell.
fi fo fum looking ass.
Oh, hell, we're getting canceled. But yeah, pull inspiration from everywhere. It can be from music, anything. You want to just keep building. Start with a base, and then the next year after that, add something else. And that year after that, add something else. Always add something. Don't go all out
Mhm.
start, and then you think you're done the first year. Even if you think you've done it all, do your research. Look around, see what other people are doing, see what if maybe there was a new thing that someone learned that you can add to your costume. Maybe there's a way that someone speaks that you've never heard before that you can work on a speech.
Yeah, I would say never come in with the goal of having a completed character, because I feel like at that point, it's like subconsciously your mind says like my character's done, I don't need to learn anything else. So you kind of shut off the advice and the development that you could be gaining and making that character better by just having the assumption that your character's complete. And ask the people that you work with, hey, how can I better develop my character? What could I do differently, or what do I do good that you think I should kind of emphasize on? And I'd say what makes a good character base as well is being kind of open-minded. Have a very general kind of base on that can go any direction. Have like a theme maybe, and that's it. Maybe you have a backstory, but you don't necessarily know how that character is going to go. It's kind of, it was this character's past, but now I'm in the present and I have to learn how to kind of act that way and then develop this character's future. It's all about building a story kind of. So having that open-endedness.
Right, be immersive. Lose
Yeah.
yourself in that character when you're being that character.
The more you believe it, the more other people will believe
Exactly.
it.
Use it as an escape from reality.
And I personally, with my original character in Clowns, my character is named Pyro, short for pyrotechnics. Fireworks, bombs, things like that. As a crazy serial killer clown, I developed my character to be a very uncomfortable guy to be around, kind of very like sociopathic. Would kind of just blankly stare at people or get close to people and kind of study them, try to figure out inner workings of what they were doing at the moment, trying to have that curiosity that a character like that would have, while also, making creepy threats of, telling a kid, you want to see my rocket collection, I'm going to strap you to it and we'll see the real fireworks when it blows up. Things like that. And then my second character, my Slider character now, I pretty much just took the inspiration of having a cracked out insane asylum person, and we were originally kind of wastelanders, so I got the idea from that of being like in this prison that, let's say a nuclear fallout happened, the walls just kind of crumbled over time after the blast, and now I was out in the public world in this post-apocalyptic wasteland, and I'd been locked up for so long I didn't know how to interact with the public anymore, and was essentially just a feral animal. And, you'll see me crawling around, you'll see me making noises at people, I'll be on all fours, I'll be doing different animalistic poses and stuff.
If you smell me one more time.
Yeah, sniffing people, of course. I love sniffing people. Farting on people, of course, as well. Skunk for the name. And kind of just developing that. I mean, Skunk is my new name, but before that I had multiple other names, but they didn't necessarily always match my character. But having my character base is that kind of animalistic character, and I'm able to feral, yes, and I'm able to keep that open and take inspiration on all sorts of things. And for us, we roam around the different zones. We roam around a clown area. We go to kind of a cowboy area, things like that, and just moving around. So having that animalistic kind of character and those properties, I can change it and keep it free to whatever environment I'm in to kind of mimic things and do whatever I want.
Yep, pretty much. That's the way mine is. That's the way Napalm is. Like I said before, he is basically a shape-shifting demon. So when you're in the clown area, he switches into clown mode. We're over there in Rivertown in the more cowboy area. It's more western, more cowboy-like. And then if certain areas, like he can shapeshift to that environment. So if that environment's more of a dark, slow area, he's more of a dark, slow type of person. If it were in the clowns, he's more chaotic and, let's go, like the energy's there, let's run it.
Right. Kind of like a mimic as well.
Exactly, like a mimic, exactly.
Yeah.
And always build more characters. Don't just settle on one character. Have multiple characters that you can be. So
there's some people out there that we've worked with where they've switched personalities. Like, one night they'll be one character, and then the next night they come in, they're a completely different character. And the way that they played it off to their coworkers, because you have to work in this environment with some of these people, and they're basically part of your killer family as a character. And when someone kind of has that where they flip flop between characters, you can just pull it off as, oh, that's the weird member of the family, or however you want to say it, based on your house or zone that you're in. You can just be like, oh, this one's bipolar or whatever. We don't really know what's going on with it, but it doesn't act the same some nights, or you can be scared of it as your character and be like, I wouldn't trust that one. It's kind of weird. You never know what it's gonna do or come out as. So
crazy.
And that's another good point of taking inspiration of your environment. Play off of other people's characters and use that to kind of influence what you're saying and how you're acting. Napalm and I, basically the scares that we rely on and our characters, how they play off each other, is we're very, very good at tag teaming off each other and getting group scares. And we're to the point where we don't even have to audibly say something to each other. We don't have to say a single word to each other. It could be as simple as looking at each other. It could be as simple as one of us goes after the group and the other one follows, and we can execute it almost perfectly as to how that group scare is gonna work. I could be coming in from the left side of a group, and I look off to my right, and I see Napalm paralleling me, walking straight along with me, and it's as simple as just doing a head nod to him, and we're in it. Like, we're making X's in front of groups or whatever needs be, and playing around on the ground. Napalm and I love to act like cowboys, pulling pistols on each other and shooting each other. Our characters aren't cowboys at all, or anything close to it, but well, it's just something we like to do with my animalistic behavior and with Napalm's shape-shifting demon. One of us starts doing some stupid shit and the other one plays off of it to kind of mimic each other. And
it's usually me trying to eat shit. I can't say how many things I've eaten working there. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's like between people's food.
Those caramel apples.
Hey, I'm gonna get them caramel apples. If you're listening to this, I'm coming for them.
Those caramel apples they're getting stolen this year. No, they're gonna be eaten.
No, they're mine. Yeah, but no, it's craziness. Be crazy.
Yeah, be crazy. Learn from your environment. Learn from the people that you're working with, because you never really know how a character is gonna develop, and that kind of goes into the next thing that I really want to talk about is how to play into a group or like a family bond in your zone or in your house, in character and outside of character. In character, having like what I said with Napalm, with that tag team scare and kind of setting things up like that. You form a bond as a character to be able to do that, or playing off each other. That's a bond as a character. And it's back, like I was saying, with, kind of a prey, predator situation, or like a brother-sister situation, something like that. Just kind of forming that bond and making it make sense goes a long way for your character, and just makes it easier for the both of you to kind of interact with groups and play off of each other. So it feels fluid, and it doesn't kind of feel like it's clashing. And outside of character,
talk to your coworkers, talk to your fellow actors, and like just be respectful. Like, majority of us, we're all there to do the same job at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So, really, no one needs to be a dick about anything. Like, we're all there doing the same job. Ask each other for advice. And always have each other's back. Like, it's all a family at the end of the day. But I don't care if you guys hate each other. I don't care if you don't like each other. But when you guys are clocked in and you guys are acting, you need to be a family.
It's all about that character.
Right. Be locked in. Always have each other's back. I mean, me and Skunk are very big on that. Very big on having, like, not just each other's backs, but, like, wherever we are, if we see anybody, a guest, messing with our fellow actors, we're going to be the first ones to step in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we work in a massive haunt. We have probably over 300 scare actors, if not more, in our haunt. And it's exactly like Napalm said, you know, all these people, big or small, with your haunt, you know, they are your family. They are your scare family. We went to an event not too long ago, and one of the guys there, I think I mentioned this in episode 1, I might have, but one of the guys there said a quote that sticks with me. It was all these people from all these different haunts that went for this event. And it was just one massive scare family, everyone in the industry. And the guy said, you know, we're all as fucked up as the dude beside us, as the guy or girl beside us. And that's just how it is. You know, we chose to be in this profession and to do this for the fun of it. And we're all just one massive family. Everyone to your left and your right is here for the same reason as you, for the love of haunt and scare acting. And just trying to make it as memorable of an experience for you and also the guest at the same time is kind of the most important part of it. That's the whole thing that you're there for. So kind of creating unnecessary drama when it doesn't need to be in your zone is just going to make your job a lot harder, especially, I mean, we catch it from guests enough as is.
Right.
Guests are there, some of them are there to ruin your night as much as they possibly can. And if you don't have someone to kind of rely on or to look towards to give you support, emotional or just physical, you know, it's just going to make your night a lot harder to get through than having those support pillars to be able to rely on.
Right. Guests are mentally, sometimes physical, but mostly mentally draining. They will drain you. Some people come in.
6'7",
Exactly. That's their goal. Their goal is to come in, get drunk, and just fuck with us.
Yeah, they want to fuck your shit up.
Don't know why. I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but it makes no fucking sense. But no, that's why you have to be there for each other. Have to be. Not just on the clock, but off the clock. I mean, I get it. You got your friends and everything like that. I know everybody doesn't get along. Everybody's got different beliefs and all that shit. But no, when you are on the clock, have each other's back, no matter what.
Oh yeah, we've had people that we work with that we didn't always see eye to eye with, or we weren't a fan of personally outside of character, and as character. But you know, if anything happened to that person, then we would be right there. We would stop whatever was going on, and we'd kind of be the guardians and stand up for that person. Even though we didn't necessarily like them or consider them as a close friend or anything, you know, they're still part of that family. They're still part of that bond. And the last thing we want to see is a fellow scare actor get hurt doing something that we love doing. I mean, just put yourself in their shoes of kind of how that would make your night go and how that would make you feel, seeing one of your actors, you know, getting cornered, for example, and just getting insulted constantly, and no one's coming to help them. You know, that kind of make you feel betrayed, and that that it's not really worth it anymore to do this job. And I don't think anyone should feel like that. I think that ruins it for the point that you're there for, and you don't want a guest like that to win and to take something that you love away from you.
I agree. Now, let's go back to training.
Yeah.
Let's go back to touch on training a little bit. All right. If you was a supervisor,
Ooh,
and you were training new people, what would you focus on? Like, what can a supervisor do to help train new people coming in as an actor?
Something that we had a previous supervisor do that helped a lot, I think, is try to focus on building a character, especially for new people. I know we've been saying it
And it's
on a
repetitive.
loop now, but
Right.
it's very repetitive, but it is very true. Building a character is the most important thing that you can possibly do, because without a character, you have nothing. Other than that, choosing something other than that than building a character, since we've talked about it so much, helping actors play off of each other and get to know each other better and establish that bond. Another repetitive thing, is build a bond with the people that you're with. But I would say, other than those two, learn from your environment. Kind of another thing that we've already talked about. It's those three things are massively important. I would honestly take them around the area that they're going to be working in and show them everything, show them how everything works, and
Right, learn your limitations.
yeah, learn the limitations, kind of ask people what kind of ideas they've got for a character, try to guide them on that, and then just trying to do team building activities as much as possible, and showing everyone that being weird is okay. I mean, personally, as a supervisor, I'd get in front of everyone and I'd start, making myself look like a fool, showing them that it's okay to be weird and it's okay to come out of your comfort zone with these people that you don't know, because at the end of the day, when you're out on the street, every guest you see is going to be someone that you don't know. It's a complete stranger, and you have to be able to break out of your shell to be able to do that. But I would reflect that question back onto you and say, what would you do? Because I'm curious.
Definitely learn my actor's limitations, like I said. Definitely getting to know all your actors. I know I've seen it in the industry where supervisors they have their favorites, and they don't interact with some of the other actors during the run.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily fair, but it's not fair to some people who are working their ass off, trying their best, but they can't get no advice from a supervisor because the supervisor really doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he or she is focusing on other people.
I'd say building that level of trust is
Right.
super important. Show your actors that they can come to you.
100%. And then also, back getting to know your actors is learn what they can do on, what's their, if they have certain traits, or if they can, contort their bodies a certain way. Learn that, so that way when you are walking through your house or zone and you see that person doing that, it's an actual thing. They can do it and they're not actually going to hurt themselves.
Know how to identify your people and everything as well.
Yes, exactly. And also just kind of know where your people are at all times, because I know we all like to wonder every once in a while, but it's also a good thing as a supervisor to know where your people are at all times. I've seen it again. It's where you're in a zone and you're looking for your people and your people aren't supposed to be, but vice versa. As a supervisor, make sure your people know where you are at all times, just in case a situation does happen and a person does have to come get a supervisor. Instead of wandering around hey, where's my guy? It's, okay, I know they're going to be there at this time, at this place, and if I get in trouble or something happens, I can run to that spot, and I know they're going to be there.
Safety is priority, for sure.
Yes.
Make sure all the safety is covered and where things are, where they can go, if they have to have an escape. Because, you never want to use an escape, but making sure that your people know that there is an escape and how to get to that point is critical.
And always make sure, if supervisors, take care of your actors. Go above and beyond, because your actors are out there killing themselves, doing something they love, trying to make the show as best as possible. Walk through every once in a while. Hey, you need a cough drop? Hey, you want to take a water break real fast? You've been killing it tonight. Go take a break real fast. Take care of your actors. Make sure they're eating. Make sure they're stretching. Make sure they're not in the back shotgunning monster after monster after monster.
I've seen that. It does not end well, I promise. It usually ends with an ambulance being called.
Speaking of monster, hydrate, people. Water's a wonderful thing. Eat a sandwich every once in a while.
Monster is amazing and it's really good, but it is not hydration. Make sure that you're drinking water.
Water. I know we talk about liquid meth a lot, but no. Water. People. Water.
Yeah, and a last thing to kind of put on that is for actors, your supervisor might never have been a scare actor. It could be a possibility, and don't, put them on blast if they say something that you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense, because You know, they're trying to do their job of supervising you guys, but, you know, they might have never actually been a scare actor, been out on the streets before. So you kind of have to learn how to navigate about that, and you might be learning about their role as they're learning about yours.
No, I agree. And back a little bit to the characters, is like if you're going to pursue a character and you are building this character, come up with a backstory.
Yeah, for
Have
sure.
a story of why your character is the way it is.
Learn your zone story, your house's story, and then kind of play off of that for your character development. Kind of
Right.
how your character can fit into that story.
Right. You want to come up with a story of why he or she acts the way they do. Why is this person half burnt? What happened to make him burnt? Or if this person acts crazy, why is he crazy? Was he in a mental hospital? Had a shitty childhood? Like,
Yeah. And
Come
use
up
that
with-
for emotions.
right, come up
too.
with a story and get lost in that story. Like, once you commit. Like, don't back out. Commit to that story.
Yeah. And speaking of that, with your character, what kind of scares do you like to use or do you rely on? And would they work for new scare actors to use, or do you think that they should develop kind of more basic scares and then work up?
I mean, it's all about what you're comfortable doing. I mean, I've seen first years come in and do some phenomenal things, and I've seen where some veterans just don't know what they're doing. But
Yeah.
scare tactics I like to use, for those that don't know, I'm a slider. I love sliding. I will slide sun up to sundown whenever I can. But don't use
Sliding is the best.
right.
Don't hate on us.
Right, don't hate on it. But sliding is a tool for me. It's not my main focus.
Exactly.
I love doing guest interactions. I love having a conversation but staying in character with guests. I love learning how people work and how people move and reading the crowd.
No, we'll say, to interject real quick, do scare actors have to be scary all the time?
No, they do not have to be scary all the time. Like I said in episode 1, you can't scare everybody, but you can entertain everybody. If you really think about it, it makes sense. There are many times where I have slid into a group and nobody moved.
Yeah.
But instead of being damn, like
It gets very awkward.
it gets awkward.
You
Dude,
got to
but-
get out of that
Like,
situation.
don't stand up and be like, damn, I didn't scare you. Let me just walk away now. Jump up, do a joke. Just be like, you smell different when you're awake. I don't know. Just come up with something funny. Like, you don't have to be scary all the time. Like, if you can get someone to laugh and let the guard down, you're setting the next dude up for success to potentially scare that person because they're coming into it laughing, having a good time now, and they're thinking, oh, this guy's going to do the same thing, but really the next guy can come up and scare the shit out of them because now they're like, okay, that guy was funny, this guy's scary.
Even if you're not scary or funny, be uncomfortable. Make
Right.
them think that you're going to follow them home tonight and that you're going to be living under their bed. I mean,
I have told people that before, yes.
they're paying for you to entertain them, and it doesn't matter how that's going to be if you're scaring them, telling them a joke, or just making them wildly uncomfortable that they have to look over their shoulder for the rest of their night.
Right. It's like uncomfortable. Nightmare circles.
Yeah.
Nightmare circles
We
are,
love nightmare stories. If you
are
don't know what
a great way to make people uncomfortable. I'll let you explain it a little bit.
If you don't know what a nightmare circle is, Napalm and I love doing it after someone eats the pavement. You'll see someone getting chased, and they will literally drop, and their face will eat the pavement. And as they're on the pavement, in pain and everything, we're characters, we're monsters. We gotta do
we'll
something.
make sure they're not going to bleed out and die.
We're making sure they're not injured or anything, of
Right.
course. But like, if they're sitting there just like ouch and like rubbing their head and they're fine, that's a prime target right there. Napalm and I gather whoever else we can find in the area. We link our arms together and we jump in a circle, going nightmare, 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 nightmare. And then we run away and we disperse. And usually 9 out of 10 times the person just looks up and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Right,
and
like-
it confuses the hell out of
Like, a
them.
nightmare circle is not scary by no means.
It is not.
It's just one of them awkward things on what did I just witness? Why was there,
It's either
4
pure-
to 5 to 6, how many people other actors you can gather up at the time, and the guest is confused because like what's going on? They just keep yelling nightmare, and then it just ran away. Like I'm so what just happened? Like it's just something goofy like that. Like
you never know how they're going to take it.
Right.
It's usually either they're very confused or they just think that it's hilarious.
I will say, I know me and Skunk put this poor guest in a nightmare circle. It was just me and him, which is a very small circle. We're not
Yes.
very big guys.
You can do it with 2 people.
Right. And this guest just completely broke down. He just, he wasn't about it no more. We started
Oh, it was
yelling
great.
nightmare, and he just, went to the fetal position.
They start covering their heads and everything too.
Yeah, I mean, it's something as silly as that. Like, you don't have to, I'm scary. Like, no, that's not how it goes. It's entertain should be your number one factor.
Yes. Think of entertainment and think of things that scare you or would work on you, or weird
Exactly.
things, weird creepy things that work on you, and use that on other people. And that's probably the best way and the best advice that I would have on how to develop scares or funny things or awkward things. I mean, we've got a guy that we worked with who he's a clown. We're, killer clowns and everything, but he's not scary. He just literally acts like a clown. Like, he is a legitimate clown outside of scare acting, and he acts like a clown, and people absolutely love it. There's another guy that we used to work with that had a bell in his nose, and he would walk around and tell wildly inappropriate jokes
Uncle
as like an
Tickles.
80-year-old goblin clown named Uncle Tickles, and would walk up to people, tell a wildly inappropriate joke, and then ring the bell and walk away. Like, do whatever you think is gonna work, or what you would absolutely love to do. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, as long as it's not obviously inappropriate
Right,
or like
no,
uncalled
there's
for.
a
Then don't do
fine
that.
line.
But there's still lines that you cannot cross. But just be in the gray zone. But don't do something that's gonna get you punched or anything like just
Right.
way out of pocket.
Which leads into learn how to read the crowd. The
Yes.
crowd is a living thing. It will move. It will shift. Sometimes the night is a little bit more violent than the other times of the night. Learn how to read a guest.
Yeah.
Learn how to read people.
Learn if they're gonna punch you or piss themselves.
Right. And learn fight or flight. Like, you will scare somebody and you will get hit. I've been
Yes.
hit, kicked, bit, slapped, beer dumped down the front of my chest.
Literally everything. Everything
I
possible.
have experienced a lot of shit. And, you got to learn how to judge, okay, that person just threw the beer on me on purpose, or did I actually scare the shit out of them and they threw it at me? Or, if you slide at somebody, for us sliders, you got to kind of judge, did that person really try to kick me? Or did that person, that was his instinct, is to throw his foot up in the air? Which
You might get taunts too sometimes. You might say that you can do something, and then you get an Indian guy saying, "No, I don't
No,
think
think
you
you
can." And then you have to, at that point, does he take the W, or,
Right,
or are
right.
you going to prove him wrong? Like,
But no, you read them, read the people, and rule of thumb is if the guest is drunk, don't go after him, because if you don't know how to handle that situation or de-escalate a situation, it's just gonna end badly for you.
learn how to read the environment and how to interact with people as well,
Exactly.
because some guests might be acting like a dick to try to get you to play along with it and kind of develop into some kind of story, or some of them might just be a dick to literally just be an asshole. You never really know what you're getting into, but kind of always being skeptical of a situation is very important with this line of work. And you want to protect yourself and others as much as possible, and you don't have to scare every group. You don't have to interact with every group that you see. It's perfectly fine to pick and choose who you deal with. Don't feel bad about that, or like you're not doing your job because you're waiting for a good group to come along.
Oh, 100%. And then, this goes more towards my street actors out there, my queue line actors, is if you are on the street or you are in the queue line acting, don't break character.
Yes.
I don't care if you're walking down the road eating a pretzel. Eat that pretzel in character.
It's a weakness if you break character, because if people know they can get you to break, they will try so much harder to get you to break.
Oh, 100%. They see you doing something that is like you were just acting like a creature and now you're walking like a person, you whip out your Ice Mountain water bottle and start drinking it. Like, that's not immersive no more. Like, if you want to get a drink, go behind the scenes. If you need to do something,
that's not in character, go behind the scenes. But when you're on the street, be immersive. Be that character. Don't do something that doesn't say, oh, now I'm a different character, or I'm back to being a normal person.
Or try to drink in character. I mean, some
done
haunts
it.
might work differently. You might not be able to get a break or anything. Give a water bottle to a fellow scare actor and make them feed it to you, essentially.
Give me my elixir.
Yeah, dude, do whatever works. Yeah. Or you'll say like you're a witch or some shit. Make it look like a potion. You're drinking
Right.
some shit that you pulled out of your belt. Like, who
I got
knows what it is?
I got a prime example. Like my first year going back to my Wolfpack days is our restroom was the guest restroom, and being in character, I walked into the bathroom as a werewolf and pissed like I was a dog, hiked my leg and everything at the urinal. Didn't give a shit. But that's just part of not breaking character, and people looked at me while I was in the bathroom like, what in the hell is this guy doing? I mean, even last year, I walked into the bathroom as me, as Napalm, and, everybody kind of looked at me like, you allowed to be in here? You're still in character. Are you sure you can be in here? But, just don't break. Whatever you do, don't
I'd
break.
run out like a dog if I was supposed to be a werewolf. I'd get on all fours and scurry out of that bathroom.
Dude, I did too. I walked up in there and they were looking at me and I was like, this is what I was told to do, so I'm going to do it. And, it happened. But, the guests loved it. I know it's in the bathroom and everything, which is kind of weird, but, who cares?
And then that goes into, part of not always being scary. That's an uncomfortable part. You're taking a piss and you look over your shoulder and
You
a
see
werewolf is just standing
at
there.
you.
It's like, all right, this is very awkward. Like,
It was awkward for me too. I'll admit it. It was very awkward for me. But, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
I'll tell you what, that guy in the stall, he peeks through that little crack. If he's having difficulties getting it out, and he sees a werewolf just staring at him through the little crack in the stall.
Hey, we ain't no peeping Toms over here.
I'm just saying, you don't know where that mask is looking
Right.
sometimes. Like, he might think you're just dead ass staring at him, watching him take a shit, and you might scare it out of him just to help him out. I mean,
if it helped the poor guy out, it helped the poor guy out.
he's struggling in there. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Ugh.
But always learning from your environment, I'd say. Biggest takeaways for this episode mainly is, learn your environment, learn the people you're working with.
open-minded.
Yeah, be open-minded. Don't hold yourself back. Don't be afraid to let go, because as soon as you let go, then that's when you're really going to start getting into it, and you're really going to start kind of learning more about yourself, your character, and there's people out there, that have asked me and Napalm, if you're more on the quiet side, an introvert, you don't like being,
I used to
weird
be
around
that
other
guy.
people. Yeah, and your character is not you. It is a separate entity from yourself.
It is my
a
alter ego.
creation.
That's what.
Yeah,
That's what my
exactly.
characters are. It's me. It's just me with no filter.
Yeah,
Like it's my other ego, and there are times where that alter ego takes over, and I kind of forget sometimes how to shut Napalm off. It's kind of hard. Like, we'll clock out for the night, and we're about walking to our cars and everything, and I'm still in character, like still being Napalm, and I'm like, hey, I gotta reel back in. Like,
yeah. We clocked out for the night.
right, I've clocked out. I don't really act like this all the time.
I mean,
But,
it's sometimes if you get a good enough character and you develop it enough and it becomes a part of you, like it'll be very easy to be able to switch in and out of character. I've seen it happen with multiple people.
yeah, and don't be afraid to reach out to other actors and ask their advice on things. Like, all because let's say they got a huge social media following, like that don't mean they won't answer you. I mean, will they? I don't know. I can't answer that for them. But they might have advice that we don't have. Like, ask questions. Ask your supervisors. Ask your veteran actors. And if they have egos or they're being a dick, fuck them. Go to the next one. There's always better people out there.
Yeah.
Never claim to be the best. You'll never be the best. You can be great, but you can always learn and get something from somebody else.
Always something to learn. I mean, people look at us as role models in our park and say that we're amazing scare actors and we do everything really good. But Personally, I don't feel that way. I'm always learning. I still see myself as a beginner, essentially. I'm
Be
about
your
5
worst-
years deep into
right.
the industry, and I still see myself as learning and a beginner and nowhere close to perfecting it.
Be your own critic. Be your worst critic.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't come in thinking I'm the best. Don't. If you somehow get footage of yourself doing something, study that footage. Or it's gonna sound weird, but like if you're at home, practice in the mirror.
Yeah.
Practice doing certain faces or facial expressions or a certain walk or a certain voice. Like if you're home alone if you don't want to be home alone, you want people there to listen to you, that's fine too. But if you're home alone and you just get face to face with the mirror, make faces. Learn how your face moves when you say something, or learn how your body works.
Yeah. And how you look and everything in certain situations. And I know damn well half of you ADHDers out there, you get home alone and no one's home. You're just sitting there just tweaking out, making noises, doing movements, whatever. And use that. I mean, that could be part of your character right there. Some shit that you just do when no one's home, and
Right, try it on your
you think
family
is
members.
weird.
Try it
Yeah.
on your friends.
Yeah,
I
try it
do,
on people.
and they look at me like I'm fucking crazy. But you know what? I don't give a shit.
If you get the reaction of, dude, that's weird, or you're creeping me out, or like, stop that, it's scary, you've hit a gold mine.
Right.
Use that.
Yep.
Write it down.
Take
Save
a
it.
mental note, and whenever it's time for the season to start, use that on people.
I mean, I creep around all the time. I'm a very quiet guy. I move like literally dead silent. People cannot hear my footsteps coming, and I'm a tall dude. I just appear behind people, and they're like, holy shit. Like, every time when they see me, they're like, holy shit, I did not hear you. And I'm just standing there. I'm like, I'm not even trying to do anything. So I took that and I made that part of my character, just appearing behind people because I can creep up silently. So I use that to my advantage. I just randomly appear behind people, and it gets them almost every time, where they're just like, holy shit, I didn't know you were there.
And I'm gonna buy you a bell.
Yeah, I do need a bell. I need something, some little tracker that people can hear me.
Something. The only time I really hear you is when you're munching on some food.
Yeah. Little rat scurrying around, nibbling and disappearing,
Pretty much.
leaving some crumbs behind, and that's how you follow the trail.
You chasing people for their funnel cakes.
Yeah. I'll get that funnel cake too. I'll get on a table on all fours and steal that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll disappear. You'll see me jump up on a table on all fours, yoink a funnel cake, and then run away like a gorilla.
Dude, was you there that night when I laid down on the bench and then people started feeding me grapes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it. I walked fast. And you're getting fed like you're some Cleopatra.
Right, I was the king. I don't even know the king I was, but I was the king. Yeah, they're feeding me grapes. See, I mean, that was an entertainment. That guest is gonna remember that.
Oh yeah.
For a long time. Of hey, I was feeding a monster grapes like he was the king of something.
Use guest as your essentially figuratively slaves.
Hey, wow.
Make them do your bidding. Make them go and do something for you. As long as they're not going to get in trouble for it. I'm not saying to encourage
No.
bad things, but
Keep them,
keep it
them in
within
mind.
reason. Yeah.
I mean, it can be as simple if if you work at a scream park, like get a guest, write a silly note on a napkin or something, fold it up, give it to a guest, but hey, take this across the park to
To that random person and
Right.
give it to them.
you can give that person, or if you want to get real silly with it, like take this note to the pirates and give the captain this note right here and tell him it's from this person.
We love passing notes to other scare actors.
Right, if you can get a chain of passing notes through the park, and make it be silly, it's like, you look cute today, winky face.
The guests love it.
Right,
I'm not gonna we literally have set messengers like almost every year that come in, and they will deliver notes for us. They absolutely eat it up.
I've eaten a lot of sticky notes and people pass me notes all the time and I don't read them, I just eat them.
Yeah, and then they get mad because then you see them later and they're like, "Did you get my note?"
Which, FYI, sticky notes taste like shit.
Yeah, don't eat sticky notes. I don't recommend it.
No.
It sounds like a bad idea.
It was phenomenal.
But hey, that's part of your character,
It's,
eating random shit. It wouldn't be the first time, believe me.
they came up and they kept handing me notes, and I don't know where this person got these notes from. I don't know if this person wrote the notes or what it was, but like they just showed up, sticky note after sticky note after sticky note. Next thing you know, I got a cheek full of sticky notes, and I'm like, I gotta spit this out. This is bad.
filling
best
up.
stuff, right.
Chipmunk over there.
Yeah, pretty much. No, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, gotta get that guest interaction.
Whatever gets them to smile.
And always have multiple techniques. Like
Mhm.
like I said, I slide.
Don't be stale. Don't do the
Don't-
same thing every time.
Exactly. Don't be. That's the word I was looking for. Stale. Don't be stale. Come up with new material. Like it's like comedians. You know, if you go see a comedian at this show, at the next show, he's not doing the same exact jokes and the same exact punchlines. It's like you got to keep everything fresh. Come up with catchphrases. Like throughout the season, you know, come up with a catchphrase like, "Hey, you good?" I mean, it could be simple, something like that. Like, I mean, people are like, "Oh, why is he saying you good all the time?" But you know, it could be an inside joke between you and your friends. Like, just keep it fresh, keep it fun. Like, it's take it serious, but don't take it so serious.
Butter.
Hey,
Swapping butter.
swapping butter.
Butter boy.
Hell.
And you can even, I mean, we have a inside joke with our group, and it's swapping butter and butter boy, and we'll call a guest. We'll just walk up to him and be like, "Hey, butter boy, you
Hey.
swapping butter over there?"
Hey, you got that butter in your pocket?
And they're just like, "What? What are you talking about?" Or sometimes they'll play into it, be like, "Yeah, I am." It's like you have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Right. You know, play jokes with the guests.
I love doing that to mean guests. Some guest comes up saying some like wild shit to you, just throw something out there to them that they have no idea what's happening, and just make them feel stupid.
It's just simple shit. Like, don't overthink it. You know, if it
Yeah.
comes to your mind, just do it. Who cares?
Yeah,
The
for
guest
sure.
ain't gonna know a difference.
Nope.
No. Let's talk about, I don't know, it's just off the top of my head, going down a rabbit hole, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you got any embarrassing stories?
Oh.
Or how to play off something embarrassing in front of guests? I don't know.
I would say wiping out as a slider for sure.
That's it?
Sometimes-
That's the worst you got?
Yeah,
I'm trying,
I mean-
I'm trying to get the tea over here.
Well, okay. I will say there was one that comes to mind. There was one embarrassing story. When I was new, I didn't know, other than napalm, I didn't know any sliders that were in our group. And we have this big, tall dude named Twitch, and he's about 6'8", something like that.
He ain't that tall. He's probably like 6'5".
He's probably like 6'5", yeah. But I didn't know him at all, and I thought he was pretty intimidating at first. So I didn't really want to talk to him. But I saw him sitting on a bench interacting with a guest, and he had his legs open. And I decided to slide up to him and to stand up before hitting this bench he was sitting on in between his legs, and then just walk away, kind of like demonstrate for the guests that I could do it. Well, what I wasn't aware of is mid-slide, this blacktop was wet because someone had spilt a drink. And it blended in because it's like pitch black, and there's a wet spot that was very small that I could not see. I hit that wet spot, and if you're a slider and you know about wet spots, you know that's very difficult to stop without knowing that it's there. So I hit this wet spot, and I go right up to the bench, and I'm realizing I'm going way too fast. I'm not going to stop myself. I'm going to slam into this bench. I slide up, pull my hands out, in between Twitch's legs, and I freeze. I stop myself in between his legs, and I'm just looking at him, and he's staring at me, and the guest is staring at me. I'm like, this is really awkward. I don't know what to do in this situation. I acted like I gave him a blowjob real quick and ran away. That's what hit my brain. Dude that I've never talked to was another slider. I sit there and I pull out the whole grapefruit technique. I literally, we make eye contact. I look at the guest. I look back at him, and I literally go, and I get up and I just dip. And he broke character and he bursted out laughing. And the guest was like, "Oh my god!" Like, and just the way that everything played out was absolutely hilarious. I took off running so quick. I did not want to be there anymore. I felt so bad. I didn't know how he was going to react. I didn't know how the guest was going to react. And he came back to me after that night and he was like, "Bro, that was the funniest shit I think I've ever experienced." And ever since that night, we had became friends. But like, just stuff like that. Like, I had to get out of the situation. I didn't want to break character and just get up and walk away. I had to do something, and that's what I thought. So that was embarrassing as fuck.
I didn't think you were going to go that deep with it. Okay.
Very embarrassing, but hey, it got me out of the situation.
That's funny.
What about you though?
Embarrassing moments. My first year sliding, opening ceremony. You know, the opening ceremony, there is thousands, hundreds and thousands of guests. Now, there's a decent amount of people there. And I'm cutting and weaving through these groups. And I hit a slide, and I stand up, and I look down, and my pants are around my ankles.
Oh.
So I'm just straight out, you know, boxers, shirt, pants around my ankles.
Show it to them.
Right, running through thousands of people like, ah, shit, ah, shit, ah, shit.
Not the best situation to be in.
No, being basically depancing yourself in front of, you know, a crowd of people is embarrassing as shit.
It'll happen if you're not careful.
Out here looking like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Run around looking for your honey with your pants around your ankles.
Yeah, pretty much. The scary times.
Ugh, what a time.
But yeah, it's just fun shit like that. Like, you know, my pants around my ankles. Did I break character? No, I just played it off like, oh, hell. How'd you get there?
You gotta do what you gotta do. But
Yeah.
you got anything else you wanna talk about or go over?
I mean, I can go on for hours, but you know, I think I'm good. I think I'm good for this episode. We'll lead into the next one, and we'll have a lot more to talk about the next one.
Oh yeah, episode 3 is going to be a big one for most people. That's gonna be.
I can't let them know all of our secrets on episode 2.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be deep diving on episode 3 into sliding and what it's like being a slider, kind of what pursued us into that path of going from, you know, being a normal roamer to putting on the pads, you know, how we went about it, talk about a little bit of gear development, things that work, things that don't work. How you could end up being a slider as well at your haunt, things to prepare for, things to keep in mind and to consider.
We'll go deep dive into the sliding world.
Yeah, and it's probably going to end up being multi-episodes, honestly, because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to sliding. It is very in-depth for scare acting. There's a lot that goes into making it work more than what most people think goes on.
Yeah. So we'll try to have a couple... One, maybe two. Don't quote me on that, but you know, we'll see how scheduling plays out. But we're gonna try to have some guests on and have them talk about sliding as well.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have a very popular mainstream slider from our haunt come on with us and give his take on it. He's had many years in the industry, more than Napalm and I combined, honestly, I think, or pretty close to it.
He's up there. He's been around for a minute.
Yeah, sliding wise, I know he completely dwarfs us in terms of how many years he's been doing it. So look out for that. I know a lot of you have been asking for it or waiting for it. So episode 3, we will be doing that, and we will also hopefully have video feed as well for that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So
yeah,
you'll be able to see Skunk and Napalm and our guest on, and
I make sure I do my hair that day.
yeah, we gotta look pretty for it.
Right.
You get to see the studio that we're working on. It's pretty nice.
So I might post some pictures on Instagram once we get
yeah
everything set up, and that way they can kind of see behind the scenes a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. I agree with that.
Just kind of keep it interesting.
Yeah, keep it fresh and get it going, and then from there, you know, we'll figure out what we do after that, and we're planning on having many more guests coming on talking about various things. You know. We're going to get some makeup artists in here, some people with movie SFX experience, some people from managements of haunts, et cetera, et cetera. Pretty much everything in the haunt industry, we're going to bring it in. Yeah.
Yeah. And so anything you guys want to hear as a listener, feel free to comment on any of our posts or DM us on anything that you guys want to hear or want to see us talk about. We'll answer pretty much anything. We're pretty open people.
Yeah.
As you can tell of our embarrassing stories we just told. Yeah, so, I mean, feel free to reach out. Even if you get questions on acting, how to build a character, even if it's sliding. I know we haven't talked about sliding yet, but if you want to text us about sliding or the gear we use or anything like that, feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
We are some of the most humble people you'll meet. We don't
Very
care.
laid back.
Yeah, I know we come off as intimidating sometimes, but no, if you come up and talk to us, we'll talk to anybody anytime. We'll do anything we can to help you out.
Hey, even the people from our haunt that we're from and that know us, and you're not a slider, come talk to us. Come ask us questions, ask us for help on development if you want it. I wouldn't say we're the best, but we could definitely give you some
We
pointers.
can point you in the right direction. We're not. This is a big thing for me and him. We know we're not the best, and there's always people that don't know way more than us. And if you the big time people, if you want to send us some tricks or things that we said that you want to kind of give us an insight on, I mean, we're always down to learn new things.
Yeah, for sure. Or things to talk about as well. If you want to hear a topic or a question mentioned in an episode of ours, or you want us to talk about a topic that you have or a question for us, we'll definitely put it on there. And we got social media on TikTok, Instagram, and we got a YouTube up as well at Slidercast or Slidercast Podcast. On any of those three, you can message us and we will see it and we will respond to it and give you guys some insight or answer some questions, or we might have the question on an episode if it's going to be a lengthy or a detailed one.
Yeah, anything you guys want, you guys just let us know. We are here for you guys.
Yeah,
we're here to express our love for the haunt community and the industry and everything, and we just want to help everybody grow and be better as a person at the end of the day.
Yeah, always helping to improve each other and improving the industry for sure. But other than that, I think that's about it for episode 2. As we said, next time is going to be talking about sliding, so look forward to that. And I believe that's it.
Yep.
Skunk is out.
Hey, we'll see you on the next one.
And to close us out this time, we have our very own Holly Hood.
Take it away!
With his very own mixtape. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see ya.
Talk about it, let's talk about it. Talk about the money, talk about the flow, talk about the grind, talk about the moves. Just on the criminal, already know they discriminate. Getting bread, gotta eat, dinner plate. To get up on my level, gotta elevate. And there's levels to the shit, I just let them hate. Niggas think the competition I eliminate. I know the game better.